Hello there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and today we're going to be working on my little butterfly envelope stack thing, or flippy floppy thing as some people have called it. So I have had a request to actually show the full process of covering all the envelopes, so that's what I'll do. I'll try not to take too long over it. So the first envelope, this little one, I'm going to keep it, I think, to keep it open, if it is open. It doesn't feel very open actually. Let's just see if I can, because some I'll keep open as an envelope like this, and some I'll cover and then slit down the side, but I think this one I might keep it and put something inside here rather than having something poking in the other side at the front. So it just works as a front really, and I haven't got any bits sticking out. Things will change further in, but this one I will just cover inside. So I think I want to put something on, because it's so white, I want to put something on the inside here. So I think I'll use a bit of book page. So I've got my little book page scraps, but they need to be, it needs to be wide enough. Book page or music. There might be a bit of music. I don't know if it's, no, that's not going to be, oh, hang on. Is it a folded piece? It is folded. Maybe this will be big enough. No, it's folded the wrong way. So that's no good. Oh, I've got a piece of this. This will work. It's just a little piece of dictionary. So what I want to do, kind of centralise it, and I'll just tear it down a little bit, both sides. Put that up there. Tear it down so that I'll just tear a little bit off this side, just because it'll work better with a smooth edge, I think. And then I need to just, well, I don't really need to hardly tear anything off that side, do I? Just a little bit so that it slides in. Whoop. Get rid of those bits. So, and it only really needs to go down as far as about there, so I'll tear it roughly in half. Quite a delicate piece this, so I hope it's going to work. I'm wondering if it's going to be robust enough to slide in. Have I given myself enough? It's quite a tight little envelope this. Oh, looks like I've glued this down a little bit too much at the side here. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter too much, really. I might just have to tear off a bit more. That's okay, I'll just tear off a little bit more. Didn't realise how tight that was at the side. Now is it going to go in? Yeah, it should do. And it's, yeah, it will go in far enough. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to use my tacky glue, because you've got a bit more manoeuvrability with the tacky glue, and I'm going to use my tweezers just to help it along. Let's see if we can get it in there. I think I might just spread it out a little bit. Okay. Right, now the tricky part, getting it actually to go in the pocket. Tina does this sort of thing all the time, and she always makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. Let's just tease it in with my tweezers. This is when you find you need straighter fingers than I've got. So I'm having to do it close to me, so you probably can't see very much, but it's the only way I can get it in properly. Okay, we are in, more or less. Okay, smooth it out at the sides and push it in just a little bit more. Okay, we're in. Let's pull it up a bit. There we go. Right, there we go. It's in. So it just lines that pocket, makes it look a little less white. So I might just have to do a bit of inking along the edge here just to disguise that white bit, but I think it's fine, it's in. Now what I want to do with this piece, because I don't want to cover the whole area now, because I want to use it as an opening, right, let's find a piece of the kit paper. I've just got this piece, which I think will be quite pretty, and because we don't really want it to be that way around, don't we? So it doesn't matter if the paper is directional then. So I really need it to go pretty much to the top, and then I'm going to, it's going to be a bit tricky because the pocket is so tight here. Normally I would slide it in and draw around it, but it's going to be a bit tricky. Let's see what I can do. I think I've made life a little bit difficult for myself. Okay, we will see how it goes. I may have to change the plan. Right, let's line this up properly. I'm so bad at tearing straight. I line the paper up and put that mark. Where's the mark that I made? Is that the mark? No, maybe not. Oh, there it is. I'll line the mark up with the line on the board and lie it straight, and then, of course, it moves, doesn't it? Things always move. And then I line up my ruler, and then it should tear straight then, shouldn't it? And I've got this piece. Clear that off. Right. I've got that. And is it a bit big? No, it's not too bad. So what I need to do is find a way to shape it. So this bit's all right. What I would normally do is put the whole piece inside, and if I can. I don't think I'll be able to get it in. That's the problem, because it's. And maybe I'll try and get my knife in and open that little place where I've glued it shut, just on this corner, which means I can't get the piece of paper right in. See if I can open that a little bit. Now there we are. That's better. Okay, Now that might work, as long as I haven't made this too wide, which I think I might have. Oh no, don't know. Maybe not. There we go. So we'll slide that right in there. Go in. It should go right in. It's just because this is quite flimsy paper. I think I should have used something a bit thicker, I think. It's got a bit scrunched, but by the time it's glued down, it won't. In fact, a lot of this will be cut off anyway. So I'm just going to follow the line of the edge of the pocket, the edge of the envelope with my pencil. Like that. Take it back out again. So hopefully, following that line, it will just fit. And I can always trim it if it's not quite right. But I'm just going to follow the line. But on this side, because it didn't quite go into the pocket, I'm just going to go right up to the top. Right, so the idea would be then it should just sit there nicely, which it kind of does. I need to get rid of some of these pencil marks. I'm just going to take off these little pencil lines, particularly this bit up here, because that really will show. Right, and then I'll just ink around. Try and ink around the edge of the pocket as best I can. And then I will ink around this. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just going to turn that around and pop it inside so I can ink and not get it all over the place. Okay, so there we are. So I'm going to use this. Because when you're putting it into an awkward spot, and it might need sliding into position, I think sometimes this gives you a little bit more manoeuvrability. John corners are glued. Let's see what we can do to get this in the right position. Right to the edge of the pocket, I think, because it's probably quite a snug fit. Okay, I think I might have just got it a little bit tall here. So I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. Should have followed the line of my pencil after all, I think. There we are. And because it's non-directional paper, it looks the same. It looks just as good that way around as the other way around. Oops, we've got a leakage. It's not just the Fabri-Tac that likes to flood out of the top by the looks of it. Right, so that's that one done. Okay, and I might add a tab here at some point. I'll be doing more decorative things a bit later on, but I just wanted to get these pockets covered. Now this one I think I'm going to do the simple way and use it as a, I think I'll probably cut it across the top, this one, Yeah, I'll probably cut it across the top, so I'm just going to cover it with some paper. I've just got to choose the paper. What paper shall we have for this one? Go something a little bit different, slightly different colour scheme, somewhat. What about this bit with yeah, maybe I'll do that. I like that. Right. Okay. Tear it. Try and tear straight. I'm going to try and be a bit more disciplined about my tearing, because it just throws out the whole project if you can't tear a piece of paper in a straight line. I'm still not, can't even lay a ruler in a straight line at the moment. There we go. And then we'll mark it down here. Oh, looks like I'm going to lose a bit of Paris. Perhaps if I shunt it up a little bit, tear it across under the word Paris, and then I might just have to take a little bit off the top. I don't want to cut Paris in half. So that goes there. So then I will just need to tear a smidge off the top. Well, that'll be fun. Not good at smidges. Let's give it a go. Right. Line it up. Try and hold it nice and firm. And there we are. Smidge successfully torn. Okay, so that goes on there. Right, I'll ink, but I won't make you watch it. Oops, upside down. Okay, so the best way to do an envelope so you don't block the inside is to glue the envelope itself and then just put a line of glue on the edge of the paper to do that side bit. I'm just going to pop a piece of book page under this so I don't get glue anywhere else. Oh, I suppose I better do another piece inside the pocket to protect that as well. There we go. Because we only want the glue on the envelope, don't we? Then I shall need a little bit of glue along the edge of this paper. Okay. Ooh. Something's not quite straight. There must be something to do with my tearing. So I'll try and line it up there at least. So that looks straight. It's always the way. However hard I try, I can never quite get it completely straight. But I shall probably cut across here anyway, because it's going to be the opening of the pocket, so let's not worry about it too much. Have I got a bit poking down at the bottom? Tiny bit. I might trim that later, because it's just a fraction too low at the bottom there. But we're okay. Right, so that's that one. And then we've got this one. So we did the front, but we just didn't do the other side. And again, a fairly simple matter of covering this. I've had a thought about something in this pocket, so does that need a little bit more gluing there at the top? Yeah, it does just need a touch, doesn't it? Let's just fix as we go. You know, I was really cold when I came in this room about half an hour ago, and then the sun has come pouring in, and now I'm getting really hot, so the jumper's coming off. Right, that's better. And now that I've got my lovely new blinds, I can just pull it down enough to stop the sun getting right in my eyes, but I'm still getting the benefit of the lovely warmth, which is really nice. So I'm just keeping all my little scraps in this little box just in case I do any collaging. And I thought if I do gather a load of scraps like that, I might even do a masterboard so that we can use them to make tags and journal cards to go in the pockets. Right, so let us do this one, this page here. Okay. Let's see what would go nicely on here. This page. Ooh, that's not going to work, is it? It's not. I need something that's going to work that way around. So it's a little bit more challenging, unless we do some, like I did on here, do the collaging again. Got two of those. Didn't realise. Didn't realise I printed that twice. So maybe that's what I'll do, but I'll do the collaging a bit differently. Yeah, I think that's what I would like. I would like something, I'll just tear that from about there across. Just do that there. How did that end up? Yeah, so that can go like that. And then I can have another piece sort of behind here and just keep it a simple collage this time. Maybe this piece, would that be enough? No, because I'm going to have two, maybe three pieces probably. No, I want to keep that. That's going to be really good for backing on things for journaling, so maybe not that piece. But a bit of green would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Take this down a little bit. Maybe I'll keep that straight. No, I need to get rid of that white bit, don't I? Let's use a smaller ruler for this piece. Oops, that always happens. It just slides off. There we go. Let's get rid of those little bits. Okay, so I'm going to have that piece like that. I might have to do something, straighten this up a little bit. This will go like that, and like that. Should I have some long strip down the side here? Could I use just down the side? I did have some a longish piece in here. I don't know if that's going to work. It's a bit too green now, isn't it? I need a contrast. I'm not sure about a piece of washi. Maybe, let me have a think. Let's see what I've got in my box of just plain neutrals. I think that could go along there. What about a piece of this? This bit of straw paper. Would that work? Just move it out of the way a minute. Oh there. So if I was to put a piece of that, that's going to right up to the edge, and then that, like that, and then like that. That might be alright. I might do that. Don't use this straw paper very often, but I think now would be a very good moment to just tuck that piece in there. And actually it's quite strong, so it'd be quite good on the edge here, because it would, almost wondering whether I could just tuck it around. But I think I'm making life too difficult for myself doing that, so I don't think I will. I'll just tear this down. Doesn't matter if this piece isn't entirely straight, because it's going to be underneath the other bit. Right, now this needs gluing down. So I can't squeeze with that hand. Don't know why I even bothered trying. Come on. Ugh. See, I squeeze it too hard and then it goes everywhere. Am I the only person here who battles with their glue at every turn? Doesn't matter which one it is. Either can't get it to come out in oil, or it comes out in a flood. Right, now that's going to go along there, so I'm just going to glue that. I'm going to use this, I think. Right up to the edge. It doesn't matter, I don't think, about this top bit, because I think this paper goes right to the edge anyway. Alright, so I think the green one needs to go on next. Don't think I need quite as much of it, but do I dare to take some off just in case I overdo it, which is very likely. No, I think I'll leave it as it is. And I'm just going to tear it a little bit here. Hope I've left enough. I'm just going to straighten that up a little bit, otherwise I'm going to have white bits showing through. Okay, that's going to go there. Now, is that going to cover everything else? I think it might just about. Yep, okay. So I just need to ink the outer edges of this piece. Okay, let's pop that, line that up there. Oops, no, I need to line it up down the middle, down the central line, don't I? Slide it up a little bit. That's why I like this glue. You can slide things around a little bit until you've got them where you want them. If I have to trim it across the top a little bit to make it line up, that's fine. Okay, there's a few little spots where it's coming up a bit. That was a bit rough around the edges here. I need to just add some extra glue. Sometimes you don't quite get the glue to the very, very edge. So anywhere else, poke it up. Oops. Okay, looks like I might need to get some under that edge. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about this little tiny gap here, because when the time comes to decorate, that might get covered up. So I think I'm probably, at the end of the last video, I think I'd only done this little square in the middle here to cover that gap. I added a couple of extra bits just to break it up a little bit because I thought it was a bit too angular. So I just broke up the design a little bit with a couple of extra little bits of paper. Let's put this away. Right, so we have that. Now we need to think about this pretty avocado dyed piece. Now I think I'm going to, I don't think I'll use it as the envelope pocket because it's got such a big opening. I don't know. Or would that make sense? So this opens here. This one, perhaps I'll cut where I think they should go now. So I'm just going to cut across the top of this one. And then that's come up a little bit there, so I just need to glue that down, and I'll do a thumb notch so you can see where that pocket needs to be. See if I can get this to, that's it. There we are. Okay, so there's a pocket there. There's no getting away from that now. That's going to be a pocket. This one we know is going here. I'm not going to do a thumb notch in that one, at least not yet. So I've got to decide really where I want this one to be accessed. Whether it would make sense as that opens out to access it from here. I think maybe it would make sense because it's deeper than it looks because you've got the brown here. And you could see quite a lot of your journal card then, couldn't you? So I'm just going to, I don't think I'm going to cover all of this pink because I think it looks pretty as it is. In fact, I am considering, I might do a bit of stenciling. Just do little bits of paper here and there. I want to cover up the brown for a start. So let's maybe bring in some of the little scraps and do a little bit of, because we haven't got a lot of green on this spread here, so let's put a bit of lovely green paper on there. Maybe up here. It's rather pretty. Let's put a crease across there. I have got that long strip here, haven't I? Don't want to put that there. No, I don't really. I want to cover it with something. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That might work. Not quite big enough. That might be. Not sure about the colour of this. It's a bit. Oh no, it doesn't go too badly. Maybe that there. Should we have a look? No, I want to use my other ruler for this. I think. Bit of that there. Let's just straighten this up a little bit because it's going across the top. Maybe that would look alright there, I don't know. Maybe a little something to, I don't know. I don't know. What's this? Go like that. Let's just tear that off a minute. Maybe that's a bit wide. That there. That bit over there. No, I want something else down here. Okay, what about... Well, who would think just doing a few little bits would end up being so difficult? No. Like that. That work? A bit sort of, I want it to be a bit more random. I'm not very good at this sort of thing. Maybe it's that's the problem. I don't know. And we don't have to cover up all of the brown. It's just that it's a bit of a big lump. Big stripe of brown. Not so keen on. Maybe that goes on top of there like that. What did I do with that bit of the other bit of music paper? Maybe a bit of that there. Bit of music paper there, bit of that there. Bit of that there. That there. I think that's a bit better. I would like to... This has got a bit of green on the edge, so I think I'm going to finish the green. Finish edging it with green. Just this is Archival ink, whoops, in forest green. I think that's what I was using. How it got on there I can't remember. I must have inked something else in green. I found my dauber. Oops, give it a little. Tear the edges off. Right. Now I was going to do that. Shall I just do a little bit of green on everything on this one? Why not? Bring in a bit more green. Right, so this goes on first. I might as well just use the glue stick for these little pieces. Right, bit of glue page. Let's just move some of these bits out of my way. That I'm not using after all, but it might pop up somewhere else. Oops. Right, so I think that will do. I think it probably does need a little something there, but I haven't got decorative things out at the moment, so I'm just going to stick with what I've done. So I might put a flower or a label or another butterfly. I have got more butterflies in this colour. I've got a few, but for the moment I'm just going to leave it. We're just doing paper today, and that might be enough for today actually, because I think we're nearly at the time. A bit hard to tell because I will edit some of it and I'll speed some up or cut bits out. So let's see. Let's just have a look at the other side, because we've only got then 3 more envelopes to decorate if I manage to just... Again, I know I said about stenciling. I might just stencil the inside or just stencil around this middle area. I'm not sure at the moment. Now this one, there is the impression here of the doily, which I quite like, so I don't know if I want to lose that. So I want to do a similar thing on here and just do a partial decoration on here. A bit too much, a bit too bright. I think I need to have a think about what I want to do on here because it's a bit tricky. So I think I'll leave it there for today, and hopefully in the next one we'll finish decorating the rest of these envelopes. There's 3 more left, as I said. We haven't done, so we've done one side of there, one side of there, one side of there, and one side of there. So hopefully we'll get a bit more done next time. I might not quite get them finished next time, but I don't want to rush it because I want to be happy with it when I'm finished. So let's leave it there for today, and I'll be back again next week to do a bit more. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again then. Bye for now.